out, well, how do you actually teach the animals to do this kind of thing? How do you build this relationship? And that actually has to do with a regimen of what we call positive reinforcement. And we also do successive approximations with these animals. What those giant terms mean, basically, positive reinforcement, is anything that's rewarded to an animal. It's how we make sure that, since we don't speak Dolphin and they don't seem to speak English at this point, that we need to find some other way to communicate. So reward is a great medium for that kind of thing. Does anyone think they can shout out for me? What do you think we use to reward our animals with? Fish. That came very strongly from over in this section of the audience here as well. Absolutely, food or a treat can be something part of that as well. There's more than just fish that's involved in that, and you'll actually see that throughout the program as well. Sometimes asking them to do something a little new or a little challenging can be rewarding to some animals. You might see a lot of touches and rubs going on through here. Different animals seem to enjoy different kinds of touches or rubs. The hose is out here on the dock as well. Often they'll get massages with the hose. A few of our dolphins seem to enjoy that one as well. You can, again, put in more of those ice treats. You can put in new and novel toys, something a little bit weird. Anything the dolphins seem to seek out more of, that's what we can reward them with. So when you're training a behavior with an animal, what you're doing is you're asking them to just sort of move slightly towards what you're doing and give them a reward right away. And that's where that other tool comes into play. You see those whistles, especially Charlotte just blew on hers right now. That's how we tell the dolphins, good job, you did what we asked you to do, come get your reward. It's one way to make sure that they are finished doing what we asked them to and they can move on to something a little bit different. What we have right now, Leo is sitting on top of that very strange contraption that goes underwater. Those of you in the underwater viewing actually have the best view of that right now. We're working on some successive approximations or baby steps with our animals right now. We're trying to get the dolphins to station or to touch the end of this arm, and we'll get into the reasons why a little bit later in the program here. But in order to do that, first, we just sort of put the arm in the water, and when the dolphins get a little bit closer to them, we blow that whistle. We tell them, good job, you did what we wanted, come get a reward. Next time, they have to swim just a little bit closer before they get that same whistle and the signal to come get that reward. Eventually, when the behavior is finished, that's when they come and fully touch that pole, and that's when they'll get rewarded consistently from then on. They won't get rewarded for the earlier steps, only for that last step that goes on. Now, obviously, these are animals, they're not robots. Those of you with children know that as much as you love your kids, they don't always ask what you do ask of them. They won't always do what you ask of them. So really, in that situation, what do? Well, with a kid, usually you just try to ignore any behavior that you don't like, and you just go on to reward something that you do like. You want to encourage more of the good behavior, you ignore the bad stuff as much as you can, within reason. That's basically what we do here with our animals. If they do something that we didn't quite ask for, they don't quite meet the criteria of what we did, we just sort of sit, we give them a neutral response, and then we can ask for it again. If they still don't do the behavior, we move on to something different, something we already know they're successful at, so we can reward that behavior. Everything has to be done very much on positive reinforcement and on reward. There can't be any punishment involved in this process because the relationship needs to be kept strong. So making sure that we're rewarding the dolphins constantly for things that they know how to do and just pushing them that little bit past what they already know is how you build over time a successful training program and make sure the dolphins continue to learn. It's actually very much the same kind of psychology that's used in teaching your children in school. So, grain of salt on that one there. Now, what we're working on with the animals here is something a little bit unusual. People will go, why is it important you're training your dolphins to touch the end of an arm here? It seems a little bit weird. But that's when we get to one of the most important reasons why we train the animals at the aquarium, and that is for research. Our dolphins are actively engaged in an echolocation study that's been going on for quite a few years. But I'm not actually someone who's on the dock working with the dolphins right now, so I thought it'd be kind of cool if you pass it on to someone who knows a lot about what they're doing here. Phil is someone who gets to work with the animals on a daily basis.